Hello everybody, John here with Ready Player Movies and welcome back to a brand new video. Now, yeah, I'm out and about. I'm in the car. I've been out for a drive and I've ended up coming to Carlisle, my usual place. I'm still a little groggy from my cold that I've had. I do have a mask with me in my pocket in case anything happens. I will try to keep myself. I will try to keep everybody as safe as possible. I'm not saying that I do have the virus, because I don't. I can tell that it isn't, because I am getting a lot. I am getting a lot better by the day. But my voice is still a little bit froggy, as you can tell. I just need to get stuff cleared up. I've been bringing stuff up for the last half an hour on the way through here. So anyway, I don't really know what is new in terms of physical media. So let's just go and have a look in HMV and see what's out. Right, so first up, his master's voice. Let's have a look and see what they've got. Right, so we're looking at the Blu-rays and DVDs, and new release is Black Widow. Now, this film, Supernova, with Colin Firth and Stanley Tucci, this film, I saw this advertised on YouTube. This is set in my home area of Cumbria, so that would be a really interesting watch. From what I know of the film already, it should be a really great film. And the Earwig and the Witch. I remember this being a book, and I remember reading this when I was a kid, so I was really surprised to see that it had an adaptation, and here it is on Steelbook edition as well, so I might pick that up, I'm not sure yet. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. This is, as you can see, limited edition. This is the Titans of Cult, if I can remember correctly. So yeah, $34.99 for that. Cruella, Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard, Monster Hunter, Nobody. Might pick that up yet. Quiet Place 2. Let's go around, and there's Black Widow again on 4K for $24.99. Might give this a go. I enjoyed it at the cinemas, so yeah. And we also have John Carpenter's The Thing on 4K, the new release on 4K. Apparently it's a good transfer, so I might pick it up. I'm not too sure yet. I've got a lot of copies of it anyway, so yeah, that's The Thing. And now we're in the aisles with Black Widow on display there again. Thinking I'm considering it. There we've got Dunkirk, Equalizer 2, Chaos Walking, Daisy Ridley and Tom Holland. Heard a few good things about that, so another one to consider. Yeah, another one to consider. Co-Pursuit, not really that interested. We've got here the DC Universe on 4K, which includes The Killing Joke, Assault on Arkham, Justice League Dark, whichever ones they are. Yeah, for £60 I think I might pass on those for the moment anyway, so yeah, it is one to consider, but we'll see. There's Beetlejuice, not that overly interested in that. The Battle Royale series, do I really want this? There's a few in there, but I'm not sure whether it's going to be my bag or not. There's Monster Hunter Mortal Kombat, Peter Rabbit 2, Le Mans, and this, oh dear God, that's heavy. Wow, the Kubrick limited edition Kubrick collection. Let's have a look at this bad boy. What's on the back of here? Wow, that's looks like quite something. What price is on that? What is the price on that? Is that $49.99? Wow, that's really one to consider. That definitely, that's a bit of a bargain. I've got to say that is a bargain. Nobody, once again, with the great Bob Odenkirk, Pacific Rim Uprising Steelbook. I've got it. It's a nice steelbook, but it's a shit film. Unfortunately, it couldn't live up to its predecessor, unfortunately. And while I was just having a look down another aisle, I came across these. I've never seen these before. Doctor Who animated episodes. The Evil of the Daleks. Now this looks like it's a brand new one. Obviously, it's got the first time on Blu-ray for the first time. But I didn't even know they did these. But that's great. That's great to know that they're out there. And finally, here's the stack of 230s on 4K. And that's just about covered it for HMV, so let's head over to CEX and see what they've got. And here we go, guys. Sorry for the shaky cam, didn't want to get anyone into the frame, so CEX, let's have a look. And for the first time, CEX Carlisle. So what we got? We've got a bit of Avengers, a little bit of everything going on here. There's a Colour Out of Space, there's some Doctor Who down there, the Cavalry, those Doctor Who's have been in there for quite some time actually. I've got to be really honest. Got some Godzilla there, a Hobbit. I'm keeping it quite tight, trying to be cheeky because the counter I've got a really good view of people coming in and what they're doing from where they are, so yeah. So we've got some Lord of the Rings, Jurassic World, Kong Skull Island. We've got some Mad Max down on that shelf down there, The Lion King and Lion King 2 and 3 for £5. Good little deal. I might consider it. Yeah. And we also have here the Kung Fu Panda movies, 1 and 2 for a £5 as well. Might pick those up, you never know yet. What else do we have? We have the Amaria Star Wars editions down there, the Kubrick collection. We have Short Circuit 2 from 88 Films. Might consider it. Yeah, £20 for that. We'll wait and see. Super Mario Brothers. Wow. What else do we have? We have Total Recall. Is that the 4K edition? That is the 4K edition. And the Steelbook as well. So I wonder which one I'm going to go for. I'm not going to go for both. It'll be either or. So we'll just have to wait and see, really. Yeah, and we also have the Steelbook of John Carpenter's The Thing. I do have something coming in the post for me regarding this movie, so I'm gonna have to pass up on that. We also have here, what is that? Is that Stephen King's The Stand? Oh, now then. Anyway, guys, I think that might just do it for CEX, so let's just wrap this up and we will see you back at the car. Okay, everyone, so that was a really good shop. That I was actually quite surprised I didn't get caught doing any of that, because I did that kind of on the sly in CEX. Yeah, so that was excellent. That was a really good shop. Actually, I've bought quite a few items. Now, I do have some other stuff back at the hotel, but I might break that up into a separate video. I was thinking about putting it all into one, but I've got a funny feeling that what I've bought here will do just for this particular video. So so let's get back home and we will see what we've picked up. Okay guys, so now that we are now back at the hotel, let's go through the items that I've actually picked up today. Now, it wasn't actually a bad run with regards to recording today. I was actually really quite impressed with that. I did it quite on the sneak, as I said before, but you know, no one came up to me and asked me what I was doing, so that's a bit of a bonus. So I'm hoping that I might be able to do that again in Carlisle. I might make another trip back to Kendal and just do what I can there. But anyway, likewise guys, so let's get on and see what I've actually picked up. Now, I'm going to start with the stuff from CEX. Sorry if my throat is going a little bit, but I'm sure we'll be able to get through this all right. But the first title that I have got is from a movie that I've reviewed on the channel before, not through the Ready Player movies. This one was from from when I was originally from Trekflix. Now this is one of the this is a remake of an original from the Dark Horse Comics series of comics. Now we've got here the Neil Marshall, yeah, the Neil Marshall reimagining of Hellboy with David Harbour from Stranger Things. Now, it's coming in at £2. I thought, just for the sake of it being £2, I thought I might as well I'll give it another watch. I didn't actually mind the film, dare I actually say that, but it does have somewhat watchability to it, so I thought, for the sake of £2, why not? And next up, we've got saying it's a film, it's actually a mini series, because this is actually I think it's like 6 hours total up, 360 minutes, 183, yeah, it is a 6 hour watch. And we've got here the original TV series of Stephen King's The Stand. Now, I have not watched this for a long time, not since it was actually on the TV here in the UK, so I'm really pleased to actually have this. I didn't actually mind it. At the time, I thought it dragged a little bit, but I'm sure now, through the years, I might appreciate it a little bit more than what I did back then, because I would have only been maybe 12 or 13 when this was aired on the TV. So yeah, I'm really pleased to actually have this. I'll make sure I'll be giving this a watch at some point. And next up, we're going into the world of Disney here. I don't usually pick up many Disney movies. With this particular set, you have to make an exception for, really. And we've got here the Lion King triple box set, which I'm very pleased to have. I've never actually seen the sequels to the original, so I'm really looking forward to checking up on these. Now the final one that I do have from CEX is something that I've been eyeing up for maybe a good couple of months now. It was sat on the shelf for about maybe 3 months, and I did actually properly show you this in that footage. And I thought I'm gonna have to get it, because if I don't get it this time, chances are the next time I go in it might not be there. And it was just as well really, because when I went up to the counter with all of this stuff, the woman that served me said a lot of people had been eyeing it up. So I knew there and then that was probably the last time I was going to see it if I didn't buy it there and then. And we've got here the 4K the 4K collector's edition from Studio Canal, a 5-disc set of Paul Verhoeven's Total Recall. Now I know this is quite an old release, give or take. But give or take, it's only been, I think it was last year it came out, but I'm really pleased that I've got this. And if you can see that down there, £62. Whether you think that is too expensive or not for this particular set, that's absolutely fine. But from what I've seen online, this now goes for something like, it goes for well over £100 online. If not, the cheapest is roughly about 80 quid. So I'm pretty pleased to get this for £62, if I have to be really honest. I mean, it does have somewhat of a little, if you can say that, it does have a dent down there, but that's because I've taken all of the stuff back, and they haven't. That's because they've taken all of the art cards out that I'm going to show you, and the booklet and the poster that comes with it. So with those taken out, that was always going to happen. Which is a bit silly on their part. They could have just taken out all of this. They could have just taken all of this out, wrapped it up, put it up on the shelf, and they would have known what it, and they probably would have known what it was. But unfortunately they didn't. So I've had to take that little dent in there as to why I've paid £62 for it. Otherwise it probably would have been about 80 quid. But anyway, yeah, I'm really pleased to have this. But let's have a little quick look and see what we actually get with this. Now I do actually have a Studio Canal special edition set already, in form of the Deer Hunter, and I do remember that with that came the soundtrack with it, and we have got it here as well, over two discs. Now I'm just going to open this all out so that you can actually see. Just going to see what order I've got this in. Right, okay. So there it is in its full glory. So we've got the, let's see, 4K disc is this one, the Blu-ray disc, special editions, and the two soundtrack discs there from the great Jerry Goldsmith. Absolutely amazing soundtrack, probably one of the best ones he's ever done. Really enjoy his scores, and overall it's a fucking great film as well. It's absolutely fantastic. I love Total Recall. It's one of my favourite Schwarzenegger films. I'll probably talk about some of my favourite Arnie films in a separate video. I think that might be a good idea actually. Let me know in the comments below if you want. So there is the new artwork from the front cover on the box. You can see I really like this. I prefer it over the original one, which is just Arnie hovering over Mars. I don't mind it, but I do prefer this one. So we've got the dual-sided poster. We have a collector's edition booklet from Studio Canal, which is, hang on, don't hit a sec, oi, don't drop it, 45 pages long. We'll be having a read of this. I'm pretty sure it does a lot of it has I'm sure it has a lot of interesting points to make out. I know quite a lot about the film already. I do know that this was actually meant to be done before Alien was meant to come out, the first one in 1978, because this is a story from the novelist Philip K. Dick. From I think it was the late 60s, or could have been around the mid to late 60s, and Donald Suchet had Ron Cobb and Donald Suchet had bought the rights for the novel to adapt it into a book. So from there, that's where it all started up from. But they wanted to do this movie before the first Alien movie came out, and they do actually talk about this in the featurette of the behind the scene, in the featurette documentary on Alien, in fact, and which is really interesting as well. So I think you should check that out, guys, if you haven't got onto the special features of the Alien, which is on the Alien quadrilogy box set. So yeah, that is Total Recall. Really pleased to have that in the collection. I'll probably trade that other copy in that I have already, the Blu-ray copy, along with a couple of other things that I want to trade in. So now we're going to move on to the two buys that I've got from HMV. Now that was a big spend. I mean, the whole day was a big spend really, but this one was the big one, really, to be honest with you. I mean, I've only bought two, but this is one of the purchases from HMV is one that I've been eyeing up for some time, and I haven't seen it on shelves for a good while. But first up, I want to show you that I bought Black Widow on 4K. Really enjoyed this movie at the cinemas. I thought it was a good. I thought there was really good storytelling in this. I mean, yes, the second act was a little bit too padded out. They could have made it a bit of a shorter film if there were certain things didn't need to be addressed in the film through that second act. But I think on a whole, it's a really good movie, and I really enjoyed it, and a good addition to the Marvel universe, really. But so that was Black Widow. So very briefly, anyway. Moving on to the big one. Now, I've been eyeing this up for quite some time, as I said before, and never got a chance to get it when it first launched. It was an expensive set at the time. I think this was going for something like 120 quid at the time when it actually came out. But it was from HMV from here. It was priced at 60 quid. And it's been dropped to $49.99. So we've got here, which is very, very weighty, the Kubrick collection. I'm a happy bunny here. Stanley Kubrick's movies, I really, really like them. There's quite a few. There's some here that I haven't actually seen. Which we're saying some. I've seen a majority of these, but I haven't seen Lolita or Barry Lyndon. I've seen 2001, Clockwork Orange, Shining, Full Metal Jacket, Eyes Wide Shut, and yeah, Eyes Wide Shut, but with the other two I haven't, which is obviously Lolita and Barry Lyndon. Now, like I say, I was wanting to sort it out beforehand, but I didn't think that I would get it for this price. I mean, £50 for this particular set is an absolute steal. Now, I think I will unbox this in a different video. I do think it would need a good amount of time to go through, especially properly. So I'm going to leave it at that. So I'm going to leave it at this, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really do hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you enjoyed what I showed you in this video. If you did like it, give it some thumbs up. You know, comment down below what you think of all the stuff that I've shown you in this video. Look forward to more videos. I've got another one coming. I'll have another one coming up in a couple of days. Obviously I'll have this unboxing of the Kubrick set, and all kinds of other goodies as well. And for the new people that have come into the this channel, thank you for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. If you want to, like I said, hit the subscribe button to keep on top of any new content that I'm going to bring out in the near future. I'm not a regular uploader. Sometimes it could be up to a month before I can upload another one because of like work scheduling and all that kind of thing, and other stuff that I'm doing. I have seen something for in a couple of months time, Destination Star Trek's on, so I'm thinking about going down to that. So I could be tied up with that in November. But anyway, likewise, guys, I'll let you know in due time if I am going to be going to that anyway. But yeah, with that being said, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Like I say, if you want, like, comment, subscribe, share it about as well if you want. Absolutely no problem at all. If you don't want to do any of that, that's absolutely fine as well. It's not like I'm trying to break the internet. I'm doing this just for fun. But anyway, guys, like I said, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. This is Ready Player Movies, signing off.